we've got a 3700, 3800, 3800 Zerg here. Underfitted. I think this is it's either EA, EU, or NA. We're going to skip a little bit of the early game. It's a bit of a longer game, mainly because I don't understand enough of what is supposed to be standard these days. Yeah, it looks like Terran's basically opened the same. So at this stage, yeah. When does this Overlord... Is this not a pillar? Could we not have gone here maybe? I'm not sure if that's a pillar. I feel like this distance and this distance are pretty much the same. Oh, it's very close. Very close. So all things considered, it looks like this is pretty standard. We've got our third coming up. We've got a ton of money, ton of lava, huge supply block. Just got out and then into another supply block. But we're rocking. So with the 8 worker start, it obviously skews the numbers for your drones. We're not floating as much lava, which is good. We're continually burning through those. I would really like to see, because we don't know if this is standard or not. We have no idea. This guy's obviously died to a Nidus at some point. We have no idea what this is going to be. I'd love to see like at least a pair of lings here, just to catch this. As for our vision, these maps are all new to me, but an Overlord here, an Overlord here, and an Overlord here would keep us very safe. This one looks like he's heading out there, which is great. He's heading out. Oh, he's going the distance. I feel like these are a little bit too far, because what we're looking for is to catch rotations of Hellions and stuff like this. $52 workers to 34. Here comes Terran, right? And here comes Terran. We didn't have our Overlord here, so that we miss out on like 5-6 seconds worth of... He's already firing. Oh, they burnt a tumor. I don't think we want to... We need to stop chasing the Hellions. Number one, we need to stop chasing them off creep. Number two, we need to stop chasing them at all with the lings, right? The queens are here to pepper the Hellions. We've only got 3 queens, so this is very light. We've got a 4th one coming. We've got double evos, so that's all good. Baneling nest, yeah, lair, that's good. 48 workers to 37. A little bit of a mineral lead, but in that small burst, we lost 250 minerals worth of lings. And now these 2 lings pose absolutely no threat, and we have 3 queens, which are going to take forever to kill this many Hellions. We've missed a couple of injects. Still, I think we're at a pretty decent count. We've got lings here. This is good. So basically, we don't want to chase this down. We need the queens to sort of hold the front, and then the lings come and wrap if anything. Oh, okay, interesting. The lings come and wrap around if the Hellions try and overstep at all. There's no way for him to get into the main base. Again, I don't know the maps, so he scans. He doesn't see a lair. He sees 2 evos. We've hit a big supply block again. As you can see, Terran's floating a ton of money too. Literally just making stim. Well, everything. Oh, he hasn't even got any production. This is really greedy. This is really greedy, but not off a good worker count. I feel like if he wasn't getting supply blocks so much, he could be doing so much more with this. Where are we? Getting the double evos before you've got double gas set up is a bit of a blind spot. And that's a good catch. Yeah, no, just take what you can, right? You don't have to chase the whole lot of them. Just take what you can, spend your money. Queen should be spreading creep, especially these 3. They're on a hotkey as well. So 4, this is CC, and then shift queue them back to here, and then injects, and then back to it again. You know what I mean? Like this hatchery didn't get grabbed up with the other. Oh, now it has. That's good. But what do we know about our opponent? So the Hellion opening is pretty basic. It kind of lets Terran do whatever they want behind it. They're going to have 1/1/1. They're going to have heaps of tech. He's got 6 mules on the field right now, so his mineral income is way better than yours. This is the kind of stuff we need to avoid, is just mad mule dumps. He's got 1/1 coming. Your 1/1 is coming as well, so that's all good. The Banshee is a pretty common one for us. We do have the Spore here, but I'd like to see the Spore maybe more here, because the Banshee's going to come from this angle more than it's going to come from this angle, because you've already got a Spore here, if that makes sense. Like, we're kind of covering this area already. This area is more of a threat, and there's nothing more annoying than like 2 Banshees coming in, picking up a whole bunch of workers, and then you move the Spore up. The Spore is half dead by the time it reboots again. It's just a pain in the ass, really. This is good. I like the preemptive Spore here. He hasn't got Cloak, which is nice. And we've got a ton of queens. Did we pull all the girls? We did. Pull all the girls. That's fantastic. That's what I want to see. If you're being threatened by something, respect it. Get this. We've got tons of money right now. Let's just go for it. Lings are going out. It's a 4-base Terran. What's his production? 5 racks, 2 factory, and a starport. Not a whole lot going on, but he's pumping double tank. This is the problem with the mineral line, with the Spore and the mineral line. We need to be a little bit smarter with where we place it in the mineral line. So we should actually have it in a position where we think we're going to get attacked from. And this side of the mineral line, again, is not probably where they're going to come from. When you've got a Spore here, they're probably not going to dart in here and then dart down here. They're probably going to avoid it altogether because they're going to reveal themselves. I'd love to be seeing changelings. We don't really need much to handle this. I mean, you're floating so much money that just a Spore in the right spot will basically do this. I'm a little bit annoyed that we don't have this. There we go. I did it for him. Got heaps of bases. Floating a ton of money though. And I think with what we have, we could probably just beat this with like 2 infestors. What's that thing called? Microbial Shroud. And like Hydralisks. I'm shocked by the lack of creep spread though, considering we're pulling 162, so it's not the highest APM, but again, I'd love to see, we did get harassed here. Love to see the Spore come down here with an Overlord here to give us vision. I like this. It means there's nowhere for the Banshees to squeeze past, which is really good. We've got some decent vision on the map, but it's all kind of in spots that aren't okay. This Terran is mad greedy. Wow. So this is basically a rush to like 80 workers. As we can see from the income graphs, it favors you, which is nice. You're already maxed. So now that we're maxed, what is the plan here? It's a very odd army, 75 lings. I feel like this would have been better if we'd have had this set up before. And then we kind of get, yeah, here we go. So we get a base. This is great. We push him down here, we kill the base, and then we leave. This here is basically, this tells me that my opponent wants me to go Broodlords as quickly as possible. Build a bunch of Spore. You could probably even creep out like as far as possible with a handful of, in a minute or 2, you could probably creep out to an insane amount. Also having Overlords out here. And then just, you could put either, like you could probably even Evo wall this off. I've done this in my games as well, just to save myself trouble. You Evo wall something like this off. Hellions can't come through. Now they have to come through a single path, which you know about. Same thing here. You could wall this off, or wall this off. Hellions are going to take forever to break down rocks, so that should be no trouble at all. But this is a Terran who's obviously not interested in playing a very interesting game. And so, that's a shame, right? Because we went back home, but we could have actually picked up all that units for free. When we see this kind of Terran CC dumping like this, it's going to be a turtle game, and it's going to be very messy unless we take the map. With the money we have, we should have every base on the map taken. We should be going up to like 12 gases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have the gases, that's good. And we can probably just start ramming into them before they max out, because their strength every minute goes up. I would love to also see corruptors here. There's nothing particularly good about this army, the way it's set up. This is going to be a wash over here, basically. Didn't even bother to micro. No. Oh. That's a shame. We should have gone for the tank and then pushed into here, because look at all these CCs, right, generating free income for him. And there's no units really here to defend him. There's a bunker here, there's liberators here, but him shuffling around the liberators every time, you're taking attention away that he could be using to try and defend somewhere else. Lurkers are also really good, obviously, but like, you could probably just like keep doing this. Well, no, we don't want to go back home, right? So what do we do now, right? He's showing us heavy liberator use, right? Well, he's heading into heavy liberator use. Well, what beats this? It's definitely not lurkers, it's not hydralisks. You need to get an air army. We do have a spire. I'd love to see us just go straight for integrated spire and drop 2 more spires behind it. We are taking more bases, but again, this Terran isn't spending his money very well. He's got 5 racks, right, but built like a handful of marines, which is ridiculous. Like, why even bother with that? Why even bother getting like 3-3 if you're just not going to do anything with it? I don't understand the mentality here. And then he's gone into like mass liberator. These bases aren't even like set up well. I feel like they need to be more clustered with units behind it in order to really get the benefit of having this. It's a real good SimCity sort of style when you have tons of bases like this. We've got shit tons of money and not a lot of gas, so yeah, this is perfect. Exactly what I was about to say. We grabbed the drones and like it'd be nice to send them back to return cargo, so at least we're not losing 15 minerals, but it is what it is. It's better than nothing. We're still smashing our injects. We've got decent upgrades. And so the way this wants to work is you come in anywhere with, this needs to be just a handful of broodlords, right? Handful of broodlords, little like 4 or 5 of them will come in, they kill the turret, corruptors finish off the rest. As nice as liberators are, especially with their splash, they're not super great against corruptors, because corruptors have a base of 2 armor, I believe it is. Do we have any corruptors on the field? We do. 2 armor, and their range ain't bad. 6 range, same as a hydralisk, I believe. Boom. So corruptors actually come out into the field pretty tough, right? 200 HP, 2 armor, decent move speed, good damage, with 6 range as well. And so the idea would be here, you could even just fly in, ignore the turret, like 10, 15 corruptors, fly in, clear this out, and then this base is dead. This is a compositional thing where we're not really taking into consideration what our opponent's building, we're just kind of blindly building stuff. It is nice to see us building more corruptors. We are getting the greater spire, we are getting some upgrades, but what is going to be the biggest concern is, we're not getting these either, but the biggest concern is, I feel like we're not, yeah, here we go. We're not really building this up. Again, with the ultralisks are not great at this. You want lurkers, and then when the corruptors come, when the liberators come forward, you just absolutely siege the crap out of them. With the corruptors and Bob's your uncle. This army, like, this setup is bad. It's literally just a handful of turrets. This dude loses to just a couple of broodlords, or a lot of broodlords. There's a couple of ways of thinking about it, where like broodlords, like a handful of broodlords can create a problem for a Terran, and this is good. Can create a problem for a Terran where he's not ready to get sieged up. If he has tons of siege tanks in an area, look at this dude. He's floating like this much money and can't even, like, hasn't even got the brain power to produce upgrades for one thing, move his units around, get the best researcher possible. Like, he could just switch into battle cruisers right now and probably actually cause you some major problems with the battle cruiser attacks and stuff like that. Again, I don't feel like we're being greedy with a 10k. I don't think I've ever played a game of Zerg where I've had a 10k bank, let alone a 13k bank. We could probably be just like mass trading him out right now if it wasn't for the massive mill dumps. Anyway, what was I saying? A handful of broodlords will sort of put him off tilt and force him probably into Thors, right? Or Vikings. Vikings means you can go into Hydralisks, and if he goes into Thors, Thors kind of get beat by like anything really, as long as you can get a blinding cloud on them. They are dead set useless when they get blinding clouded. Or you can abduct if you want, but honestly I think the blinding cloud will do the job. We just want to tax his APM here if we can. I would love to see these actually moved up into this space. They don't have to go all the way in. And the problem for this, right, is that the siege tanks, as cool as they are, they're kind of a bit clunky for sieging this kind of stuff. For Terran to siege up slowly, get in range of the lurkers and kill them efficiently without losing too many tanks. It's actually quite a difficult thing, whereas the Liberators make it a lot easier. Just burrow them. The Broodlords here are doing their job, right? They're just kind of pestering. He's busy on the other side. He doesn't know what's going on. Unfortunately, the Ultralisks get baited. But we could have easily taken that with just a bigger swoop of Broodlords, right? We're just making one Broodlord because all we can. 5 Vipers, absolutely unnecessary. I like it in some situations, but I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary at the moment. We're probably floating like 100 lava. Yep, sweet. Upgrades got forgotten. Upgrades got forgotten. Level 3 attack when you're going for like a lurker-based army is absolutely sick. And again, we have here an army that is ripe for literally just a handful of Hydralisks, Hydralisk Ling, and like a single Viper. Blinding Cloud on the Vikings. Oh, cool. So he could have done that himself. No. Please don't lose the Queen like that. Oh, I guess we lost the base down here. This is crazy. This is like 3,800, and this dude isn't going for ghosts. Opened, like, absolute nonsense. This is the problem with the Broodlords, right? Is they're a bit slow. A little bit slow. They take a long time to come down here and siege up, but I'm hoping when we get into this fight, we're ready. We've got a lot of queens. I think we could probably almost forgive the queens at this stage and just spread creep with them and then be done with the rest of the injects. We have enough hatcheries, and thanks to the lava boost, it should be pretty cut. No, not cut. What's it called? It should be pretty simple, right? Yep, beautiful. Look at that. Parasitic bomb. Shit tons of damage. Broodlords doing their job. Another parasitic bomb over here would have been really nice, or having all the corruptors fight would have been really good. Another parasitic bomb, please. There we go. This is sick. And the Broodlords can just like sweep forward. We need to be aware of a counterattack. What are we building instead? I don't really like the lurk. The Ultralisks can be good in some situations, but for the amount of supply you pay for them, what are they, 6, yeah? For the amount of supply you pay for them, you get 2 lurkers, and I think 2 lurkers is significantly better. In this situation where he's probably looking to try to base trade you, this is going to be awesome. So he's going to siege up here, right? He'll kill these 2, might kill this one, but that took a long time. And we're reacting right, but also we see the Ultralisks just aren't great. We don't want to really I don't think we need to be moving our whole army back for this, because we have him here. This is a really good position we've got here. It's literally just like 2 Thors and a couple of Vikings versus and a good amount of Broodlords. These can just yoink the Thors in or drop a parasitic bomb. Like, you have enough here to deal with the tanks, And you have enough here to deal with this army easily. Please don't lose the... He's trying to find an exit strategy. I feel like you have a very dominating position here. Oh, besides this. Have we got no drones? What's going on? They must be madly oversaturated. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a pretty bad saturation. I'm sorry, we got like 71 drones, 69 drones. Where are they all? Are they all in gases still? No. I'm very confused about where all these drones are. There's some drones obviously heading up here. That's so much lava. I don't feel like this is as many drones as it's showing. Like, where are all these drones? Anyway. Easy fight here, right? He cannot hold this with what he has. And when they start going heavy Thor like this as well, that's a real good time for you to just switch into Lings. Because Lings with the Broodlords, with the Ultralisks, they will crush this shit so fucking fast. Absolutely crush it so fast. One more Parasitic Bomb here would have been sick. But again, we're forcing even trades, which is sick, right? This Terran spent almost his entire like early game to mid game into the late game just building fucking CCs everywhere. How many? We're on 9 CCs. He's probably lost like 9. I'm just really panicked that we're not seeing, like, we're not coming up here to check our drone. Like, if I was this broke and I was like, oh shit, 66 drones, where the fuck are they? 27 idle workers. Like, this base could get saturated, this base could get almost saturated, and this base could get saturated, like, straight up. Very easy. The queens, again, they need to be spreading creep. They need to be spreading creep because we want to avoid this. We can't afford to replace these hatcheries. And so, fights like that are real killers for us. So this again, same thing. We're running in. We're parasitic bombing both of these. Maybe blinding cloud the Thors. How many Broodlords? There is not enough Broodlords here to do this though. And we cannot fight in these liberation zones. So realistically, we want a parasitic bomb and then back off and see what he does. If he chases us, does he drop them for repair? There's nothing here to repair, mate. Beautiful. That's great, but it was just a little bit too late. I feel like if we'd have got there quicker, we would have got him. Oh, beautiful. Awesome stuff. We did lose this. We did lose this fight. Essentially, I'm just so I still don't understand where all these drones are. Okay, there's a huge chunk of drones here. We need to be paying more attention than this. So we've got our like 6 or 7 bases up, but we never bothered to like resaturate. We've got drones here. That was probably a misclick, maybe. No. You don't need to chase. But see what the links do. P on it? Nah, don't worry about P on it. P on this though, for sure. The Lings are really good. They can obviously body blocking as well is really nice. I'm really concerned though that we're not pulling in any money. I don't know whether this was a thought during the game or not. Yep, beautiful parasitic bomb, beautiful. And so what we want here, ideally what we want here, is we want more broods in this. We need to have more than double. So if it's 10 broods, you want 20 plus broodlords in a straight up fight to even have a chance. With vipers, it can be a lot better, but this needs to be blinding clouded really fucking quick. We didn't, and then we're morphing in front of him. Boom. They just delete stuff, man. He's he's dead. We've let this Terran have too much map control for way too long. This is crazy. Finally, we move, right? But the Terran's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 bases. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Blinding Cloud's nice. I'd love to see us try and get around this. Having the Corruptors here is really nice as well, because it might give the Thors something to attack that's not Lings. I mean, that's not, yeah, the Lings and the Ultras. The beautiful thing about units chasing Thors as well is that every time you redirect an attack for a Thor, it actually delays their attack a little bit. Like, they're much cleaner when they are just A-moving stuff. Let's speed this up a little bit. I think we've only got like 5 minutes to go. We have a mine in there? That was a desperation mine. Not even good versus Ultras, not even good versus Corruptors. We really need to take a base here, man. We really need to take a base. I don't know how we're not staring at our bases like this going, fuck, we need to do something quickly. We just ran out of gases here too. We are on 2 gas at the moment. We've got 3,000 gas left, but we're struggling. We've been ahead for so much of the game, forcing the Terran to take bad trades with Broodlord, Corruptor, Viper, Ultralisk, Ling. Right? Really good stuff. We're forcing the Terran to take bad trades. If we weren't taking this right now, Terran has an extra 5,000 resources worth of army. We're in deep shit. He's only on 55 workers, but he's mining more than us, and he has probably, if he really wanted to, he could probably just like mill dump a base and suck it absolutely dry at a moment's notice. But for some reason he wants to have all this energy. I'm worried as well. One thing that's concerning for watching this particular play is we have no vision on the map, right? This is blind. We don't even have changelings. I'd love to have seen, like, boom, grab these, turn them into overseers real quick, and then get them on the map every chance you get. Overseers dropping changelings into the bushes and stuff like that, just to keep an eye on him. We don't know that he's got this base, which is really problematic. We should be taking this base behind this attack as well. While he doesn't know about it, we need to be taking these bases. The fact that we've got 61 workers and we're actually on a 2 base economy with this 2 gases binding is fucking tragic. We really need to get... Nah, we can't fight this. We really can't fight this. Without the blinding clouds in there quickly. The blinding clouds weren't as quick as I'd like, but I think we're going to take a favourable position here as long as the Lings keep getting in and keep getting good damage. We've got 3/3 Lings. Upgrades matter a lot. This is going to be really clutch here. Oh. What a fight. The Broodlords come in. They're offering a little bit of help. Damn. So close to doing great things. And so, if you could have had... Because the thing is here, we're already attacking through 2 big Liberator zones. His army is only 2 Liberators, right? So, even if the Corruptors flew in and just tried to eliminate these, it would make this fight a lot better for us. He's put the CCs down in the way. The Lings have actually gone in and attacked the CC. We don't have Viper energy ready. Like, we rushed this attack. Not having enough energy to even abduct. Like, you could have pulled the Liberator in. That would have done huge. With how long it took, was that 2? 2 blinding clouds. Awesome. If we had just enough energy for a 3rd blinding cloud, holy crap, what a sweep. I think that's gonna be the end of the game. Oh no, the Zerg's still on a good supply, but I'm worried about the income. We took this base, but we didn't give it any attention to actually move the drones around, dude. Come on, man. We're gonna lose because of this. 58 lings might do it though. That's the fucking funny part. Yeah, ghosts can't do shit. The Hellions are gonna get really good damage here. Yeah, EMPing the lings is probably not what you want. No. We don't want to be chasing this as well, right? We're in a position here. We should feel like we just took a game-ending fight, possibly. And so we need to be beelining up here, right? Because what's here? Just a handful of Hellions are going to be problems, right? It's good that we've got some damage done, but yeah, we really need to be taking these bases quicker. We can't fight this. Beautiful. We went home. That's perfect, right? We don't want to fight this either. Did he get the upgrade? I was not even getting the upgrades. The two greatest upgrades in the Terran Arsenal. Didn't get 3-3 for his things, even though he built two armories. Bane. So do we even end up getting Bane speed? We got all these Evo chambers to do. Consume, but then just didn't use it. We got 3-3, which is fantastic. I think Ling Bane is actually could win this. Really could win this. We need to come in here and we need to absolutely smash this with Ling Bane. (41 versus light). Oh, that's pretty good. So 3 connections will kill a ghost. He's going to bring the ghost down and have a look. He's got this positioned really well. Also where the ghosts are in a decent range to get a lot of damage done. The Hellions will take the brunt of the fight. This base would have been such an easy cleanup as well if we'd have just known about it. Fuck, they're when they can get on top of it, holy shit, they're quick, aren't they? It's a bit of a panic pull from him. We just got to make sure that we don't... Yeah, like we could have killed that base so much longer ago. This is what we want, right? We want to... We still haven't taken this base. I'm so worried about like the lack of urgency of taking bases. We do have this one up and running, which is going to probably save us. I think we might end up winning this. It depends on how this fight goes. We don't want to charge into this though. If you're going to charge into it, yeah, Banelings first. Oh, no. It's not I don't think it's enough, is it? Yeah, nah. It should be alright. The ghosts in the back are going to be good. Yeah, it's too many lings. That's awesome. 41 lava though. Let's go. Like, boom. Game ending fight. That's it. Keep going. Look how quickly they drop when they're surrounded. Without Hellions, he should be panic building Hellions. Oh my god. I don't know how long ago this was. This is obviously from the new patch, so it couldn't have been that old. But far out. We desperately need to be getting Overseers out quicker and getting them into just getting changelings on the map. I think otherwise, I think everything went well. The fights were good. They weren't perfect, but they were good. I think, yeah, just not taking the bases when we had the opportunity. Even just a simple thing like these overlords that are stuck in the corner here, they should be on these bases dropping creeps so the Terran can't just fly over and drop a CC on it or build a CC on location. You want him to show you he's trying to commit so you can be ready to move out. So like you can have the overlord here. If he comes out to remove the overlord, you got a rough idea of where he is. Changelings can come up, reveal his army, and you can decide if you're going to pounce on it here, if you're going to pounce on it when it comes down here from two angles. Like, you get to make a much better decision about how you're going to engage if you know where his army is and what his army contains. Why the fuck he built so many marines and got all their upgrades? Like, he opened the bio and then just turtled, just made like 15 CCs off no backing. Like a roach push, a roach max out probably would have killed this bloke pretty easily. There was no fancy tech, it was just some banshees. Like, it's crazy. We have the overseers here, just having them on these bases makes our life so much easier. And again, with the what are those things called? What are those fellas called? The changelings reveal their army. They show you the bases. The overlords show you the bases. Show you when they want to move out, when they're trying to move out. It just takes a lot of thinking away from you. And if you take those bases yourself, when you had like the 10k bank, then you can drain those bases before he gets a chance to take them. And then these late game fights get harder for him because he doesn't have the resources that you have. I think again, most of the fights were okay. Some are a bit rushed. Need to be quicker with A moving what we need to A move, and then the Vipers, you just need the Blinding Clouds. There's nothing else that they need to do. They don't need to abduct or do anything else fancy. They do the Blinding Clouds, and then you send them back to the base. If you've got camera hotkeys, you can press your F1 or whatever, go back to your main base, and suck up an Evo chamber, and then watch the fight with the rest of your army while that's happening. But we went into a lot of those fights poorly because we just didn't have the right energy, or we attacked around edges. So our army, instead of like attacking in a big swarm, it kind of like went around an edge of a cliff or whatever, and we're sort of running into our army in a bad position. The changelings as well would have helped you with seeing where a clump of his army is and deciding that that's not the fight you want to take. Maybe you just have like a bunch of spore and lurkers at home to prevent a base trade, and that's it. But yeah, I feel like you were very greedy, which is great, but then you didn't use that greed to actually take the map off him, which is like the pinch point for Zerg, I think, in the late game, is to take the map and make it your map and force the Terran to take those bases off you. And when he's out of his element, he's fighting out of his planetary fortresses with no turrets and no liberator zones pre-set up. It's a lot harder for him to take those fights because he's not sure where your army's going to come from. He's not sure where is best to siege from. You might catch him mid-siege or unsieged or whatever, but attacking him only when he's sieged, not a great idea. It can work, but it's not the greatest idea, so we want to make sure we're keeping an eye on his army with the changelings. Awesome game though, really good to see.